Greetings to all of you saints of God, the Lord be with you. I'm Pastor Michael Lockwood, and today I would like to share with you a little bit about the spiritual landscape of the Christians in Taiwan. Only about 5% of the people in Taiwan are Christians, and most of them are first-generation Christians who are not raised in the Christian faith, but instead learned the Christian faith often when they left home for the first time as young adults. So although these people have received the Christian faith with joy, they were not raised in it, and they often have trouble giving up the faith and belief system that they were raised in. On the one hand, this can cause difficulties with their parents, because in traditional Chinese religion, when someone dies, their children, and particularly their sons, are supposed to make a soul tablet for them and then perform various different rituals to help speed their passage through the afterlife. And so parents are then very worried that if their children become Christian, they won't do this for them, right? Because it is a pagan practice. And then this causes tensions between the parents and their children. Another difficulty that their upbringing can bring for these Christians is that it can cause difficulties for them when it comes to understanding the gospel. One of the reasons for this is that the different religions in which they have been raised are all very transactional. That is, it's all about doing something for the gods in order to get something in return. So, for example, if you want to pass your exams, you go to the temple of Confucius and you perform various rituals and say various prayers so that Confucius will bless you in return and you will pass your exams. Likewise, if you want to get rich, you go to the temple of Kaishan, who is the god of wealth, and again, say various prayers, perform various rituals so that he will help you and make you rich. And unfortunately, when people become Christians, they often bring this same thinking with them and think that the Christian faith is all about what we do for God in order to get something from him in return, instead of realizing that it actually goes the other way around, that our God is a God who gives us every good thing by grace, and then we simply respond to what he has first done for us. The second problem here is that virtually everyone in Taiwan has been schooled in Confucianist thought and Confucianist ethics. Now, in many ways, this is a good thing because the Confucianist ethical system bears a lot of similarity to the ethical system of the Bible. So people who are schooled in Confucianist ethics are taught to show respect to other people, to work hard to serve their communities, to care for their families, to be honest, and so on. And this has many benefits for Taiwanese society. When we are in Taiwan, we are treated with respect. And this is a very safe place that has almost no crime. When I'm in Taiwan, I rarely drive a car because it's too hard to find a car park. Instead, I get around everywhere either on a bicycle or on a motorbike. And I've lost track of the number of times I've accidentally left my phone on the phone holder of either my bicycle or motorbike and then gone off and done my business in various stores or whatever. And yet my phone is always still there when I get back. No one ever pinches it. Likewise, a friend of mine recently lost her purse just after she'd been to the bank so that there were thousands of dollars in it. But what happened? Someone found it, handed it in to the police, and she got it back with all of the money still there. Okay, so there are many good aspects of this, but at the same time, this ethical system loads them up with all kinds of responsibilities and then does not provide them with any grace when they fail. And then when people come to faith in Jesus Christ, what tends to happen is that they swap out their old gods for a new God, but they bring this same mentality with them, thinking that the Christian faith is all about what they do in order to be good people or to earn God's blessings, while failing to appreciate that our God is the one who gives us every good thing by grace, and that there is nothing that we can do to earn any of the things that he gives us. So in this context, I really love the motto of the China Lutheran Seminary, which is not I, but Christ. So ultimately, it's not what I do that counts, but what Christ has done for me to save me and to give me all of the good gifts that he wants to give to his people. And so this is a very important part of the mission of the China Lutheran Seminary, to help the Christians to be people of the gospel, who truly live as forgiven and forgiving people, and who rely at all times on the grace of God. About half of the students who study at China Lutheran Seminary are Lutherans, and that's important. We want to build up the Lutheran Church. But about half of them have come from other denominations because they've been attracted to the teaching at China Lutheran Seminary. And so this is also an important part of this mission, to missionary seminary, to train people who will go back to their own churches and help their own churches to be more centered in the Bible and in the good news of Jesus Christ. So thank you for watching and for learning a little bit more about God's mission in Taiwan. To support me and the work that I am called by God to do, then contact the Mission of Christ Network or use the details on the screen.